today's video, we're talking about writing garbage music. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Isaac Schanno Johnson. If you don't know me, I'm a musician, composer, producer, and I make videos about all that fun stuff, music composition, music production. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to see videos like this in the future. All right, so this is an idea that I really like. One of my teachers at Berkeley told me this when I was there. He didn't tell me to write bad music, but we'll talk about it. And I've seen Seth Godin talk about this same idea about writing, as in writing words rather than writing music, but it's the same idea. So the idea is write the garbage. At Berkeley, I had one of my private instructors in composition. That's what they have you take. They call it directed study. And I took this class and I was writing music, and he told me to write a flute piece. And I wrote the worst flute piece ever, and I hated it. It wasn't good at all. And I brought it into him and I told him, this is what I have. It's terrible. It's so bad. And he was like, that's fine. Write the garbage. We'll look at the garbage, but write the garbage. And he said it, and then afterwards was like, write it, but with the goal being to write better, right? So you keep writing, and even if it's garbage, you keep writing, and eventually you'll write something good. And that's basically the whole idea, is keep writing. Keep writing. If you're writing garbage, write the garbage. If you're writing a garbage song, finish the garbage song, write a new song. Maybe that one's garbage too. Write the new garbage song, right? Keep writing garbage music, write the garbage until you write something good. And eventually you will write something good, right? Because writing music, composing music is a skill. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. The more you do it, the better you get at thinking of ideas and actually implementing those ideas and putting those ideas together. So the more you do it, the better you'll get at writing. But when he told me that in that private lesson, I was like, what? Write the garbage? You want me to write bad music? He was like, no, you don't want to write bad music, but you will write bad music. So it doesn't matter, right? You will write bad music. If you want to be able to write good music, you will have to write bad music in order to get there. So write the garbage. Write it all. Nobody has to hear it. You can throw it away. You can burn it. You can toss it out in the trash. Nobody ever has to hear it. You never have to see it or think about it or hear it ever again. But write it so that then eventually you can write something good. As you're writing, you might get some inspiration for a great idea and write something really good. But that's not always going to be the case. You're not always going to be inspired. You're not always going to have these amazing inspirational ideas. So you got to work on the skill of writing music. The more you write music, the better you'll get at writing music, right? You keep doing it, you keep getting better, you keep practicing the craft of writing music, and eventually you'll get to a point where you write pretty good music. It might not all be the most amazing music you've ever heard, but it'll be pretty good. And eventually you keep doing it, you'll get better and better, right? You're thinking of it as a skill where the practice of getting better at it is the doing it, the thing that you're trying to get better at, right? Learning music, understanding music will help you get better at composing. Definitely do that stuff too, but the act of writing music is what will get you better at writing music as well. So you need to practice writing music. If you constantly are just learning music and playing music and performing music and studying music, you're never practicing writing music. You might be better from all of that. You might be better at writing music from that, but you'll also get better at writing music by writing music, right? The first 100 songs you make might not be any good, but the first 100 times you played guitar probably weren't very good. If you're thinking about running a mile at a good time, right? The first 100 times you run a mile probably aren't going to be your goal of quality and technique and form and everything, right? But you have to get through the 100 times that are kind of garbage in order to get into the couple times where it's really good, right? Or the many times where it's good in case of running a mile, right? It's a skill you'll work on, and eventually you'll be able to do it fairly regularly without much effort. And you can think of writing music the same way. First 100 times, might not be very good, just the same way that everything else you do for the first 100 times isn't good. But eventually, the more time you do it, the more times you do it, the more time you spend doing it, the better you'll get at it. So eventually, you'll start to get better, and you'll sort of figure out how to write music for yourself a little bit better. I personally really like this way of thinking about it because it means that you're never really stuck. You're just writing bad music. And if you kind of accept that, yes, I'll write bad music at some point and I won't want to hear it, fine. What happens then? You just keep writing, right? You don't ever get stuck and you're like, oh, I have no ideas left. I can't think of anything. You're just like, well, all my ideas right now are garbage. Might as well write some garbage music, right? You just keep doing it, and maybe you write a garbage piece that day and you move on. No one ever hears it or whatever, right? But you don't ever get stuck. You don't ever feel stuck if you think about it this way. You just have some times where you don't write great music. Or if every 2 out of 10 times you write a piece of music, it's good. You just need to write, 10 pieces of music and you'll have 2 that are pretty good. Same thing with whatever it is that you're doing, right? You just want to get that number a little bit higher than, 1 out of 20 times. You're kind of thinking about it as, oh, I just need to get through a couple more of these, then I'll write something good. I just got to get through a couple of these or a number of these, and then I'll have a piece that I really like. But right now, we're at the garbage stage, right? We're writing the garbage right now. And it really helps you never feel stuck when writing music, because then you're just like, okay, fine. This is what I wrote today. Not great. It's garbage. I don't want to hear it. But tomorrow, I'll write something better. And eventually that happens, and eventually you do realize, after writing a whole lot of music, oh yeah, some of my ideas are garbage. Some are good. The goal is to write more so that more ideas are good, fewer are garbage. But you'll still have to write the garbage sometimes. I highly recommend you adopt this sort of philosophy or way of thinking towards writing, because it's helped me a lot in writing music and not feeling stuck in my own music that I'm writing. So I hope you adopt it yourself. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something about music. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.